All right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it, and you can lose all your money. Also, this live stream is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only, and the live stream is not intended to copy my trades. Good morning, everybody. Morning, Jim. Morning, Todd. Morning, Jean. How are y'all doing today? Hope y'all had a great weekend. Looks like there was a really nice move down. Yeah, I had a good weekend. Look at this move down we had not long ago. That's nice. Straight down. $30-tick chart. Got some ODD here. Cluster, some levels. No news for the rest of the morning, so see where we go from here. The 50-tick chart trending down. It's going to be interesting to see here because we have ODD and it's trying to lay a mini magnet potentially on top of the ZOI. So if that closes up, we'll close right into this cluster and I block area. Back here to the left, right around this deviation, we have some levels there. Yeah. No news. Well, might keep going short. Morning, David. Yeah, see if it breaks this ZOI here on the 30-tick. Looks like it might want to go. Just gave another early entry right there. But, I mean, look at that 30-tick here. We got this potential, still ODD, potential TX on the 30. Okay, that's going away now. Probably come down and hit this dev. Good morning, Preet. There he goes, hitting the dev. Now let's see if it breaks these levels here on my simplicity. If it breaks these levels, if it breaks these, then I would probably be looking for a pullback in that area off of those levels. Let's see if it breaks it. Because this is a strong down run. Depending on what happens, if this pulls back to this ZOI here, this area, I may look to go short from there because it struggled kind of really breaking this area. And usually it won't just hit a dev and then just turn around and run the other way. It'll hang around there for a little bit. So if it gives something like some HD, little setup, right here around 76-ish, right in this area, I may take a short. Even though I'd prefer it to be underneath the deviation here. But I like how it struggled here, has 3 clusters. And if it pulls back up and tests this area. But it may just keep going. Let's see what happens. Oh, and right up at that area would be the top of a 50-tick bar too. But I don't know. This may just want to keep going. I just want to be careful going against, going short if it tries to lay something like this, like a mini magnet here, and it starts pulling up. I'd be careful going short against that. So I don't want to, like now it went away, so that's better. Morning, Vegas. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting move down. I mean, it's going down. All right, I'm definitely taking a pullback. If we get a LRE right here at this 65, 66 area. I'm going to let it pull back a little more if it does. It's within 2 points, but I want it to get close to this 30-tick ZOI as possible. It's not printing on my 10 ticks. Y'all can't see that. Okay. It didn't give me the pullback I wanted. Now there's a cluster there. See on my simplicity, here's where I wanted it to come up to this ZOI up here. It might still do it, but gotta be a little careful because there's that one cluster. There we go. Let's see if this holds. I'm short here. Just needs to kind of bust this little paw. This little cluster. If we can get back below this cluster on the 10, then I think we'll be good. Make sure I move my stop a little bit further behind the dev. Just a couple ticks further back. Got a lot of HD right now, but it didn't pull back a lot, so I'm hoping it doesn't want to retrace more. We can just get past this little cluster. Ooh, almost got there. All right, I'm going to break even just in case. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take profit. Let's see. There we go. Hit. There we go. Got a winner to start off the week. I almost hit the take profit, but see, I like how it came down. It left a double cluster as it came down and stayed below the double cluster, this cluster on the 10. Had a lot of HD. I liked that. Now, if the cluster would have been below price, then that would have been like, ugh. But when we're below the both clusters, then I'm pretty sure we're gonna go down. So that was a good one. I like that one. All right. See if we can get another one. Now we do have. It's kind of hard to see, but because of my marker here from taking the trade, but there's 16% ODD there and a TX, trapped X box, exhaustion box, trapped orders, and 16%. We have a nice big hill, little hill. So I would not go short again right now. I mean, and this may come all the way back up here and test this area. Who knows? I mean, this has been a strong down run, but it's ran a long ways now, so not really expecting this to keep going. Maybe chop around this area or come back all the way up here and test this area. I don't know. We'll see. But for sure, if I'm going to go short again, I need this to start running, pretty much down below this area, around the 050 area, and give me something that looks good because this is a pretty big move for pre-market. Yeah, see, that's what I really liked about this one is if you could see here, I got in. I mean, we had this stack pretty much, double ZOI, Paul, Dev right behind it, and came through nice. I mean, cleared it pretty well, pretty good. And came right back up to test that ZOI. That's exactly where I wanted it. So that's why I was waiting for it to pull. I could have got in a little further back, but can't be perfect. So, which put my stop right behind a tick behind the dev, and I just moved it a couple ticks further back just in case. But then I had all this here to protect me. So, definitely like that one. Which that did leave a cluster on the 30 tick. Right there. So, the ODD on the 30 tick's gone. So, let's see what happens. Not saying it can't keep going short, but Hey, good morning, Tommy. Yeah, thanks for watching them. Um, yeah, David. So, like, I want to point out too those reasons why I said that I would not be looking for a short could have, if anybody's still taking, if anybody's taking sniper trades, it could have been a reason to not take this one right here, which would have lost. Because, first of all, there was no HD. You only want to really go against ODD if you have strong HD. And then it would have had to go through two walls. And, for snipers, especially if it's not like a level 4, strong level 4 no-brainer, or even a strong 3, you don't want to go through all that. So, could have been reasons to avoid that trade. Like if this back here with this 249% had a TX on it and laid a mini magnet on that mini magnet, that would have been really nice for a sniper. So I like that too. Whenever I'm taking an LRE, like for example, if I would have taken this LRE I took, if this would have had a setup on it too, a TX, maybe an ETX, that would have been a no-brainer LRE for me. To go with my LRE, yeah. And we do have a double cluster on the 30 tick as well. So double cluster here. So now we just wait. I mean, look down here below. We have this mini magnet and all these ZOIs. So if price does start coming down to this deviation here, this dev, then, I mean, as soon as it hits this zone, that's a no trade zone for me. Right in here. Because that is telling me this can be Chop Central, Chop City, whatever you want to call it. Right in this, let's see, that goes from about, and then you have the dev, so really about 28 to 38. That 10-point range zone, it's not a range, but 10-point zone is a no trade zone for me. Now, I would like a trade heading to it. So that's the thing. That's why I love Apex order prints. And Daryl mentioned this and it's stuck with me so much. These areas, these are big levels that a lot of institutions, retail traders, this will show up on a lot of the indicators that people use. Right? So this may be on, it'll show up different on their end. This could be some kind of moving average. It could be something. It'll be something. But this could be an area people are looking to take a trade. And what Daryl has mentioned many times, and it's always stuck with me, is if you know that's where price is going, then you can take a ride or take a trade to that direction. So if we get a sniper short, LRE, something, then you take a trade to get there, and you're basically getting out and already took profit when people are looking to get in. So if you know price is going to get there because that's where people want it and people want to take a trade, then you look for a trade on its way there. And then you're in and out and profit, and then that's when people are hopping in. And that always stuck to me. And that really applies for simplicity because you can generally take a ride to those areas. But, of course, if you're not trailing simplicity or anything, then you just look for a short, a sniper short, or an LRE short, or something. Something on its way there. Now, I won't be... So we technically do have a simplicity again, But I'm not going to take an LRE up in this area. I would need it to come down further. Because in that area, if you look at the 10, if we take an LRE, it'd be like up in here. And that's kind of back in this little zone that it's going sideways on. You see how it's kind of going sideways, not really running away from this area yet? I want it to run away first. See, like right now would technically be an LRE, but I want it to run away from this area, and plus we have double clusters I'd have to get back through. So that is already a no trade for me. And you see how that's the danger of not letting price run away before you get in, because if it starts getting back into that zone, it could very easily just want to stay in that zone or go back up to the top of it, just like how it's doing right now. So you want it to run away first and then come back up and test. So price moves away from it enough to where it's like, okay, it doesn't want to go back in, but it may go back and test the bottom of those areas. And those are my favorite LREs, where it creates a zone, a range, whatever you want to call it. And I say zone a lot because a lot of times it's not a well-defined range with clear tops and bottoms. It's just an area. And once it breaks out and runs away from it enough and comes back and retests it, and it gives an LRE entry, those trades those setups are just such high probability. That's why those are my favorite. But you got to let it run away from price enough. Okay, it just created a 30 tick crash. It looks like, I don't know why okay, now it's starting to print on the 10 tick. Yeah, now it's printing my 30 tick. Got this Paul from the 30, this COI from the 30 on this wall. But there's a purple ZOI right here. It's not printing. Yeah, it's not printing. So let me go to the 30 tick. If you can see right under price right now, there's a purple ZOI. So that purple ZOI created a crash here. Now prices come right back up in another crash. See the teal or green and purple. So this zone right here, right under the dev, this is kind of an important area for the moment. I'll just kind of call the middle of it here about 66. 66 is kind of a strong area. Oh, and if you look at the 10 tick right there, about 66 that I just said, we have a mini magnet. All right, it's at 67. But in this area, so I'm not looking to take a trade in there. I want price to keep going above this deviation, or it's going to have to run down below 050. So now I have about a 20-point zone I'm not trading in. 70 to 50. And same thing goes for here. So you can see simplicity is technically long, but I need it to clear this dev and start pulling away from that zone that I'm talking about. Pull away from it to tell me you don't want to go back in, and then it can come back and test the top and look for a long off of it. I wouldn't call it a JFT just because it's not. Yeah, it has some divergence, but it's not an extreme clear divergence. It's some, but I wouldn't be looking for a JFT. Plus the 30 tick chart already closed. The reversal bar, it already closed, and there's no mini magnet, so there wouldn't be a JFT. You have to have a mini magnet. Yeah, JFTs are great, but you'll notice, you'll see when you have, I mean, they'll just stand out in your face. And, price will be trending nice. You'll have a better, because see, also on the 50 tick, yeah, we had to run down and pull back, but then it ran down pretty far. So if this had come down like this, pulled back and maybe ran down maybe around here, where it was a little bit more, and then the DR down here was, way lower, like back where this bar was, then it'd be, really in your face. DR is really low. It only came down a little further and then had a mini magnet on the 30 tick. And once that 30 tick reverses, then you're hopping in and trying to grab 100 ticks. Zip is not printing? What's not printing on your Simplicity? Oh, gotcha. You have the copier on your Simplicity chart, the OP copier. You gotta have the OP copier, and then you match the name with what you put on the 30 tick chart as well. Do you have the OP copier? Oh, okay, you don't have it. Yeah, you gotta buy the OP copier with I think that comes with Thrive and the Wealth Summit. I think it comes with both. Yep. 30 tick paw at the same level. And as you can see, this is what I mean by letting it run away. Because we had, just to the bare eye, we had this Simplicity entry, kind of went sideways, and it pops up. It's like, oh, it's breaking out. But it didn't run away. I want it to come up. Here's the dev, right? So I want it to come up up in this area and then give it a pullback. And if you could see the 10 tick, we didn't even have a full bar close above the dev. So a full bar, we would have been up here and then pull back. Then I would have maybe considered something. But we didn't. And then, yeah, like you said, David, we have potential. It hasn't closed yet, but potential Paul right here, exact same level, just about within a couple ticks of the Paul to the left. So there's clear exhaustion, and then let me pull over the OP chart. Right there, you can see that Paul. That's why it's called a Paul. It's a point of weakness right there at that level. 0 and 2 orders right there. Just drop off. There's just nobody buying in that area at the moment. But, orders could come in at any time. And then we did get a flip of Simplicity, so we got to reset. I got you, Daniel. Okay, yeah. So if you know how the order print copier works, then you got it. Just add it onto your chart, put in the identifier that you have on your 30 tick, and you're good to go. I just put NQ copy, and then I put that in my order prints. There you go. Awesome. Yeah, it makes a big difference because when you're looking like this, it stands out. There's ZOI, Paul. And then I have the Apex I zones as well, which are these big blocks. And it helps with supply and demand zones. kind of acts like support and resistance, really. So this is where it reversed, laid a green eye zone. See, here it was pretty weak. Now it's darker back here, so it's like, okay. That helps me. And that's what I was talking about. I need it to go below 50. Well, then that'll be breaking this green eye zone down here. If it goes, price runs down there. We do have HD on the 30 tick now. So we'll see what happens, but double clusters here, HD, potential exhaustion box, potential Paul. So yeah, if this comes down, I need it to try to make its run down to this zone at 040. Or just head up from here. Now we are on the third bar. So what I would love if this went long, we have this reversal. If we can lay a mini magnet on this third bar and give us a TBS and close up with a simplicity long, I won't care about this HD, because that'll probably mean we're going to head at least up to this ZOI up here, maybe even 100. If we can get a mini magnet. I mean, it doesn't look like it wants to, but if this can pull back a little bit and give us a mini magnet, especially a mini magnet where these double clusters are, and then close long, that would be awesome. I would look to go long, and then that probably, not probably, as long as price keeps going up, that would turn into a wall right there. We still have, look at this. We still have, look at all these orders. Orders, bam, drop off. Right here, 072. So not that I would take a trade right here, but if we got a sniper set up, well, I guess we kind of got one here, but if we get another like this, or another exhaustion box and closes down, especially if we could lay a mini magnet here, that'll probably push price down. Like I said, it's not one that I would look to take as a trade, but just kind of to gauge where price is going. So we got, I mean, clear exhaustion in this area. No orders up at 71. Pause. Exhaustion boxes. Trapped orders right below. I mean, and then HD on the 30 tick. Everything looks like it would want to come down. Okay. Check this out. We have a situation here. If this bar closes down, we'll have 8 big HD, exhaustion, all that I just named. But look what's forming here. Potential mini magnet right where these double clusters are. If that bar closes up. I don't think we'll get it, but yeah, it's gone away. But man, that would have been really nice if that would have happened. Price would have just went on a nice long run. But this down move's too strong. Okay, now this, if we get a mini magnet here and it goes up, that'd be an ICR. if you don't know what that is, that's an institutionally controlled reversal. It's where you have a low, pulls up a little bit, and then tries to get close to where price was again within a bar or so, and lays a mini magnet and then runs up. That's a ICR, institutionally controlled reversal. So if this mini magnet stays and this closes up at 070 and gives a long above that, that'd be nice. And then this would be an ICR, and as long as price does run up, that'll turn into a wall as well. But I don't know, though, because the market's just down right now. And everything, I don't know if it'll go up or not, but we'll see. I mean, meaning I don't know if this bar will close up. But we'll see if it does. We're just kind of in an area where everything is pretty weak in this zone, and market's undecided on where it wants to go. Because, I mean, it did just make that big move short, big move for pre-market. So I'm glad we got a win early on, but I'm just kind of hoping it doesn't, stay this way for the rest for the rest of the morning. Because my goal is not just 25 ticks. I want at least 50 per day. If price gets up to 070, the bar will close on the 30 tick. It might get there. Leave this ICR there. If this closes at 070, this will we should get a nice long run. Simplicity looking to go long right now too. There it goes. Bar closed. And it left a paw and mini magnet. So I would expect this to continue running long. I'm not going to take the simplicity though, because the entry is here. I would want to get in up above this paw. So I'll wait. But based on the read, this should run, a good ways. I'd expect to go another 10 to 15 points at least, based on the read. So we'll see. Remember, we have all that exhaustion right here too. At about that 70 area, 70, 71. But at the same time, I'm still expecting this to run long. We'll see though. But that's why I said I wouldn't hop into the simplicity, because I'd want it to break above this paw first. So if this broke above the paw, that's where I would be looking. A mini mag. Well, we don't know the exact algorithms. Apex keeps that under their secret sauce, but it's areas in the market that price is attracted to and gets rejected from. So we know that. But what actually forms it, the algorithm, I'm not sure. I don't think we'll ever know that part. But I've seen it, how it works and how strong they are for long enough to where I definitely rely on what I see with mini magnets. Just don't know the exact science behind it. But I know how to use them. See how even right here, like Price came up, laid a mini magnet bar going down, so it's a push off. It rejected there. And then same thing here. But there's different ways to use them, not just looking at every single reversal bar with them with a mini magnet. So let me show you here. The 30 tick, it left. This is more of a coil chop too, but it left this mini magnet here. It's coming up, and it potentially could be laying a mini magnet at those double clusters like I was wanting this one to earlier. So this could be another signal. If this bar closes at 73.75 and that mini magnet stays, another signal that's going to continue pushing long. So we already have this one here. Then if this one closes up, it'd be another one. But I mean, it is choppy right now, so we are getting, I don't know, this area is showing extreme signs of weakness because it just cannot break that 72-ish area. And that's why, like I said, I would not have taken this simplicity. Even though it looked like it was going to go, it gave an entry here, had the signal on the 30 tick that was going to push. But until it proves to me, I'm on the prove to me thing. I let the market prove to me first. So had the simplicity entry been above this Paul, I would have considered taking it. Since it wasn't, I wanted to wait for it to run and then pull back. And as you can see, it might not work out. This might not be strong enough to push it through. There's just too much weakness in this area. Okay, so this bar closed short. So now we have a hugger where we have a mini magnet here, mini magnet up here, and Paul. So that we still have this zone that I do not want to be in. Double clusters right in the middle, mini magnet bottom, mini magnet top. So that's a hugger. So now any read that I had is completely out of the window. The door, whatever. It's gone. Now I definitely want price to go above this 72.50 or below this 0.50 still. And I have no signal on which way it's going to break out at the moment, because when you have a hugger like this, that's a conflicting signal. And then clusters in the middle. So at this moment, no read. At this moment, it's more of sit back and sit on your hands. Don't touch the mouse. No accidental clicks. Let's let price break out and prove to us it's going to go somewhere first. It's 9 a.m., so let's see if we get some volume to push it out of this zone. If not, that might be a wrap for pre-market. So in this analysis too, I just want to be clear. It's because I only take LRE and simplicity trades. That's what this analysis is for. Whenever you have a zone like that, like I was just showing, you could still find some sniper trades or Lorex trades in there, because you'll have it'll turn into a pretty well-defined zone, right? A top and a bottom, like I was showing. And if you get to the top and get a nice clean, like let's go back here, like this here. I mean, if this had a TX or a Lorex and came down, that might, I mean, it's going right into this crash, but let's say that crash wasn't there. You could have taken that. Or down here, you get a nice long sniper trade. Doesn't mean you can't find snipers. That's just my analysis for my trading with LREs and simplicity. But I would be looking for ETXs. Any of the snipers that I would take in a zone like that, I would definitely not in the middle, either at the top or the bottom. And I would want them all to have a mini magnet on the reversal bar to tell me that it's going to, because if you take a naked TX, just a range bound naked TX, it has less potential of winning. But if you take like this potential setup happening here, If it laid a mini magnet, was trying to lay a mini magnet on top of this, then I'd feel way more confident to take a sniper. I have a video on how I set up my simplicity chart, which is this one, this chart here. Because the rest of them, I do need to, I keep saying this, I'm sorry, but I do need to make an updated video on my charts and everything. But the rest of them, like this 10 tick chart that you're seeing, this main one, I use all the sniper templates. I don't make any changes to it. I just load the template. The only change I make is the DR down here. It's just one little checkbox that you click to change that. Otherwise, oh, and I have this. If you see this down here with all these red lines and this yellow, that's called the trend bias. I don't even use that. I've just always forgotten to take it off. So other than that, everything is standard Apex templates except for the simplicity chart, which I do have a video on that one on my channel. Yeah, I need to get to. I've got a little list of videos I need to make. So yeah, that's one of them for sure. 'Cause it's been a while since I've done. Actually, I haven't done a video explaining all of them. Just maybe that's what I need to do. I need to do a video, like you said, explaining the setup on each chart, and then kind of like a quick overview of what each one is. Maybe that's what I need to do. And I could break it out into like 4 small videos. The simplicity chart, they're the standard color, but what I did was the opacity. I changed that because normally, they're a lot lighter. Where is it? Order prints copier. So down here on the ZOI settings, the opacity, I think normal is like 30, and I just changed it to 100. That way they're thick and they stand out, like the way you see it now. Daniel, yeah, well, actually, on my 30 tick, I don't include dynamic magnets or anything. I like my 30 tick to be real clean. I don't even have walls on it. So, okay, yeah, I guess y'all are right. It will be good to do videos on these. So yeah, I don't have any dynamic magnets, any flux levels, or walls. Only order prints on my 30 tick, because that's all I want to see from the 30. And you can see here on the 30, look how it turned into chop. That's what I was talking about. Now it's showing it has conflicting signals and turned into this no trade zone for me. And you can see why. I mean, look at this. Chop, chop, coil, chop. I mean, yeah, gave conflicting signals. Now potential mini magnet here again. I mean, we need to definitely break out of these areas for sure. And that's how some people get killed on simplicity. If you're not reading the order prints. And that's why Daryl, everybody stresses you got to get good at reading the market before you just hop into doing simplicity, because simplicity can be such a great thing and everybody, wants to make the big trades, but you can get killed with simplicity if you're not reading the market right. But and it tricks you, because some days it doesn't matter. You just hop in simplicity and it's going to go. And then people will get wins on those days and you feel great. Like, oh, this is great. This is easy. And then a day like today will happen, and this can happen during the open hours too, but like here, when we were back here, I mean, this looked like it was going to go. We had an entry. Both were angled up. We had an entry right here. We had that mini magnet on 30. Looked like it was going to push it up, but it did not clear this Paul. And, I mean, immediately got rejected right there. But if you would have, you know, a lot of people would have taken this entry and would have got crushed on it. And that's what can happen. Okay, so now, yep, look at this. So we have another mini magnet, and this time this one is pushing us through the bottom. So now let's see if we can, again, I want it to prove to me that it's going to run away first, but let's see if that happens. We are getting closer to the open too, so we'll see. Because here, this bottom Paul. So we need it to run. Nice, clear run through, runaway. And I prefer it to go below this 050. And we have to be careful. Even though we had chop, we do have some 42% here. A big hill, little hill on the DR. But pretty sure if this can break this Paul here, because there's a Paul and dynamic magnet right here. This should be enough. If it could break it, we'll definitely get down into this 040 area. But let's see. If this would have came down a little further, I'd be more interested in this LRE off this COI. I still may be interested because it's testing the bottom there. There's no HD, but it's testing that bottom we just broke out of. But then we had some big bars coming down. All right. Oh, okay. This popped up. I was going to give it a shot, but it popped up. So let's see if this holds enough. I don't like it anymore. I got in and it popped up on me. So I'm just going to say I don't like it anymore. So I'm probably going to try to get out break even. I couldn't make it. Okay. I'm at break even. If it knocks me out, that's fine. Okay. There we go. We're out. I'm out. So I liked that it was trying to test the bottom. So let me show you what happened here. When it came up and it was kind of stopped and hesitated right here at this wall, I liked that it was, see, look at this bottom here, this clear bottom. And it may still come down, but I didn't like it anymore because I wanted to get in. I hit the button right here, and as soon as I hit the button, price popped up on me. And because it popped up and started to break, get back into this bottom, I didn't want anything to do with it anymore. But I couldn't do anything about it because I was already in. So Vegas, yeah, that could happen sometimes. Usually it's only a few seconds behind, but I don't know if everybody else is that far behind or not. So it cost me a little commissions on that, but that's all right. I'm just glad I got out of it. All my accounts got out at break even too, so cool. That cost me $4 in commission. But you see, I don't know if y'all can see. Now I don't know if it's delayed or not. But all right, so if you can see, as this is why I wanted out, because it struggled and it was right here to round this COI and wall. I was okay with that because I wanted to get in there and for it to come down. But since it popped up all the way up here, this was too far back in the zone for me. I don't like that because that could tell me this wants to get back in here and try to test all this area out. And it's exactly what it's doing. So that's why as soon as this came down into any kind of break even, I just wanted to get out. Let's see, 56, 75. I mean, yeah, I guess it came down 3 points, but I wasn't trying to stay in there for that. And now it's running right back into that area, further back into it than I would want. No delay. Okay, well, I guess it's just Mr. Vegas over there. Yeah, and see, and I was just going to say, too, right whenever I was getting in, that one thing that on the simplicity, look, we have 1, 2, 3 big bars down. We know when we have big bars down, typically it'll probably retrace. So then we had a big bar up. So I liked it right here. But then it popped up and I'm like, oh, crap. So, and then now it's just, yeah. I would have preferred this to break here, start heading down, pull back and take a short from this area. But the reason why I consider this, like I said, is we have this clear bottom and we couldn't break it. And right here, if this would have held here and started coming down, I'd have felt a lot more comfortable. But all good there. So now since we're playing back in that zone, no trade zone for me. And it is 9:13. So I'm not expecting to get another trade, to be honest, but we'll see. Yeah, it's looking like a TX with HD will form right here on the 10 tick. Not sure I like it, though, because if it does close, it'll close here at 057. And then you'll need it to, you'll need it to break this wall. Let's see. And it has to clear this ZOI. That's the problem. It has to break this wall and the ZOI. But it is a lot of HD. I would have preferred if it had a mini magnet on it. But it has to clear this ZOI, and that's the little bit of a scary part there. If it had a mini magnet, I would have liked it a lot more. And let's see, where's these double clusters to the left? Look at these double clusters right here on the bottom to the left, right in the middle of your profit on that TX. And it came down right to that top of that ZOI and top of this cluster. Simplicity's flipping short. And if this bar closes short with this mini magnet to push off that ZOI, that'd be nice. I think we have some... Don't we have CPI or something tomorrow? Oops. Wednesday? Yeah, we don't have any news tomorrow. We have some FOMC members talking in the afternoon and IMF meetings tomorrow. But I guess we have IMF today too. Yeah, we have IMF meetings today and tomorrow. But that's like an all-day occurrence. Then, yeah, CPI Wednesday. Oh, man. Look at Wednesday. Got CPI. IMF meeting still. Crude oil inventories. G20 meetings. The meeting minutes. Wednesday is going to be kind of oh, which, by the way, I'm not going to be on tomorrow. Just so y'all know, I won't be live tomorrow. Daughter's, my little one's field trip, so be going on a little field trip with her. But I'll be back for all that news on Wednesday. Yeah, David, I do the OPI, ZOI, opacity 100%, just for the copied order prints though. So on the simplicity here, the OP copier, I do it 100%. And then the 30 tick copied 100% on my 10 tick as well. But I leave, like here, you can see this one. I leave the opacity on to 30 on the regular 10 tick order prints, because that way I can differentiate which one's which. Yeah, Vegas, the TX1. This mini magnet right here helped that one out. Push off that ZOI for sure. So that was nice. And then now we got another little coil chop TX reversal with a mini magnet pushing off the wall. I would expect that to push it at least down to this wall. Maybe test the dynamic magnet. Do have a cluster on the 30 tick right here in that area. But we are close to the open, so not sure how far this will go. And that's going to be a wrap to my pre-market session. So not bad. Got a 25 tick LRE winner right out of the gate, and then chopped around like crazy. So, yep. So that's going to be a wrap to my morning. What is green ice? Green ice, I'm actually not... Oh, green ice is way up here. Let me go to my 30. Way up here, we got green ice. So the ice levels are basically kind of expected. What's expected, the market to trade in area. As you can see, we're way below the ice levels this morning. So each overnight, it plots the ice levels on where it's kind of expected most of the volume to be. All right, y'all. Yeah, thanks for joining, and I'm gonna hop off of here. And as always, trade well and have a great day. I'll see y'all Wednesday. Won't be on tomorrow, so see y'all Wednesday. Take care.